following podcast contains mature language and adult discussion.
Put the Russo in my head. We were doing a rapid fire Vince Russo impersonations before we went on the air.
Bro.
And I cannot get that out of my head. Okay. So, you know what you do to get it? You have to have that with a song. Like you can't get a song lyric out of your head and place again. You go.
Yeah, sometimes.
So I found a definitive end for this, and it actually works. You sing the lyric and finish it with by Menon. The finality of that jingle ends it in your head, because that was the end of that commercial, and we all know the Brute commercial I'm talking about. So I'll see if it works with the Russo. Bro, by Menon. Let's see if that's it. All right, Kliq This, Kevin Nash podcast. He's Kevin, I'm Sean. Dude, I got a lot of coverage for the Sting's match thing. I don't know if you've been on the internet this week. That their internet, but people, boy, it's so easy to be misquoted, isn't it? People continually typed that you said you were on the payroll of WWE. You never said that.
No, I never said
you that. Never said pay. Payroll would indicate that you're employed by them.
Absolutely.
And you never said that.
No, what I said was that I'm a WWE guy.
You said you were positioning. You said my positioning right now with that company would prevent me from being on TV.
Absolutely.
That's all you said. You didn't say
That's
payroll.
It. I can't have a picture of me in the crowd and underneath it say is all elite. I just can't have that.
Right.
You know, it just doesn't work for.
So if anyone's going to continue that story,
one of my closest fucking friends, people, is Paul Levesque. Okay, and. It's as much as I love Steve, and I know he'll only have one last match. You know, I will watch it. We will talk about it. I just won't. But man, I didn't watch I haven't been to a WrestleMania, a Raw, a SmackDown, or any of the other pay-per-views. I haven't been to any events. I don't want to go any place and be around a bunch of people, let alone wrestling people. I just don't want to do it. I'm a hermit, and that's it. So my existence is. I went to the gym the other day, and the place was packed. I just walked right out.
Really?
Yep. I said I'll go someplace else. I'll go to my other place and train. Yeah.
I mean, it's probably everyone's preference that they don't want to be in a crowded place. But what specifically is it that you're going to get talked to and bothered, or is it just an anxiety thing that when?
Oh God, no. No, I mean, I made it. So the 19th was 16 months for Tristan. So one of the couples one of the other families we did like every vacation with. What was T's friend Max that did the show when T passed?
Yeah.
So Max sent me that picture that was in my last Instagram of me and Tristan on Cokie Beach.
Yeah.
In St. Thomas. So it brought a completely different grieving to me, because you don't think of him. I don't think about him. I do think about him as a child and as a baby, but I remember that day like it was, yesterday. And him, because we were out there pretty deep, and he just was hanging on me. And we were just laughing and just,
Mm.
it's just one of those days, and it just like so it put me on a hold, and it just.
I knew you had a bad week. You know that? I
Yeah.
could sense that. I didn't bug you this week. I had a feeling.
Yeah, because I didn't contact anybody.
Yeah, you
I
were
had a
kind of
really
undercover
fucking
and-
bad week, and
Yeah.
you know, it's one of those things where, you know, my wife's birthday's coming up, and here's somebody that is, you know, for her whole fucking life has been put on hold because of what I do. You know, she raised Tristan basically by herself. Even on the thing that really got in my craw when I dissected that picture was I know for a fact that I was there for 5 days, got up. We have a fractional ownership villa there. Got up, took a fucking cab in the morning to the airport, flew, did TV. Next morning, flew back and went on and had another 5 days of vacation with my family before I had to be someplace else to wrestle. And that was a fucking huge, to get those 2 5-day periods off with my family was, you know, Godfather ask.
You wrote something. It might have been under that. I think it was under that picture. You apologized for chasing your dream. And I would ask you to adopt the perspective of providing for your family and in a way that brings in revenue that could have, if Tristan wanted to go to college, what was he, like 12, 10 in that picture maybe? Yeah, probably younger than 10.
Tristan's college was paid for by that point.
But that's what I mean. Like I understand what you're saying. When you look back at time lost, you say chasing your dream. But you were setting up your family, including that little guy that was in the water with you. I wouldn't take the selfish road in being critical of yourself.
I think in retrospect, though, I think you always are going to, you know, there was a lot of times that I'd go out for 4 or 5 days on the days that I had off and go out and make meetings in California. Like sometimes 4 or 5 meetings a day for 4 days.
For work, though, right?
Yeah.
For money.
Get film or, yeah. So it's just, I don't know, you know, when you're 64 years old and you're getting phone calls and the people are telling you you got to fucking sign up for Medicare. You got to sign up for Medicare. You got to sign up for Medicare. And you go, Jesus Christ, man. Like, I'm still a Toys R Us kid. I don't want to grow up, bro.
And you don't have to, bro.
Bro, let me tell you. I'll tell you the secret of my success, but bro, first you got to join 11 Soft, bro. Wait, I'm not doing this for free, bro. This is how I feed my family, bro.
Vince,
gotta love Vince.
Text me the reviews, Vince, of this week's show. I like Vince. I'm sorry.
I love him.
I always have to defend.
I don't give a fuck.
When I say that.
Anybody that doesn't like him hasn't, like, they just don't get him.
They don't know him. They don't get him. So,
and they don't know that they don't know the socialization process from the area he comes from.
Hey. So, you know what I was doing today? I was looking at. I want to see where everyone's ranked before we go into March for the tournament. So I was poking around a little bit, and
I saw the 1, 2, 3, and 4 seeds in each side, you know.
Right. So
Tennessee was a 2 seed. Where are they at? Yeah, Tennessee was a 2 seed.
Right. So you think this is how they're going to go in, or what's?
I know that the cutoff was San Diego State. So see if they go. They They were St. Mary's. I don't think was in it. But this is a couple days. I saw this a couple days ago.
Yeah. Well, it's
Fuck
going to
it.
change too. So.
Yeah.
But
I tell you, man, some of the teams that I've watched, like every time I watch Purdue, they lose. And I mean, they're 23-3, and I swear to God, I watched them lose 3 times this year.
yeah, they're going to send you a memo. Stop tuning in.
Yeah.
But they're undefeated at home, right? I think 13-0 at home. They're away 5-3. So they were. Where were they seated? They were at the top last year, right? They were.
Yeah. They were, and they went.
They
got
won?
knocked out. They got knocked out in the. Yeah, they remember they were in the. They were in the. I want to think maybe the West. They got knocked out in the first.
Right.
They got knocked out by one of those fucking 64s or some shit.
Yeah.
It was
crazy in the beginning.
Yeah, they got knocked out. Everybody's bracket was fucked because of Purdue last year. Within like 3 days. So.
And what do we got? Arizona.
I would pick UConn's big kid over Edie.
Let's see.
He's just more mobile.
Duke is 8.
Alabama, fucking man, they can score some points.
Alabama, they're ranked
See,
13.
I'd
I don't know where they'll be in the division.
Kentucky's got to be in front of Auburn because Kentucky just spanked Auburn at Auburn. Tennessee's got that kid Connect, white boy. He's a dirty white boy too. That kid, man, he can definitely fucking play ball.
What year is he? Was he there last year?
No, he's a transfer.
Okay.
Yeah, Tennessee's got they got a 7-footer that's got some game. They got the point guard that got hurt going into the tournament.
The hell is Marquette doing 7th? I don't know where that would put them in the tournament. 19-6. I don't know. I'm just surprised to see them here.
Marquette's always. I mean, they're just since the Al McGuire days. But like Marquette has stayed more in the mix than DePaul has. Because back in the day, DePaul was always, top 20 team.
Who came out of DePaul?
Mark Aguirre was at DePaul. That's probably the biggest name I remember.
Piston.
Yeah.
I thought one of the
I think he was a Maverick. I think he got drafted by Dallas coming out.
Oh, so Detroit was the second team?
Yeah, I think so.
Right. I only knew him.
Did you don't watch ball, but that fucking NBA All-Star Weekend, holy fuck, was that rotten?
Well, they do a bunch of cool shit now with the.
No, it was rotten.
Really?
Oh fuck, man. I mean, bad. The best thing in it was Steph Curry shot a round robin against this WNBA player that can stroke it. She's not. I don't think she's like that girl from Iowa, but she's pretty damn close. She scored 26. Look at this first score. I'm watching the other day. I'm watching on NBA channel. I'm watching like Barkley and Pippen are playing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like 106, 103, and Barkley's elbowing Pippen to get position. I mean, it's like the 7th game. You watch this shit, it's like fucking playing, 2K fucking NBA on easy mode.
All right.
I mean, like Lillard shot a ball from fucking, dead half court and fucking touch nothing but net.
Well, because they're not playing tight. You're not going to D up.
But
right?
the whole fucking league, man. Watch an NBA game, and if the winning team doesn't want to score 120 points,
mm-hmm.
and it's really with 30 games left now, they'll really start to tighten up and play defense. and there won't be as much garbage time.
Right.
And hopefully the games will pick up. But man, some of these fucking games.
Well,
And those motherfuckers are getting like a shitty guy in the NBA is making fucking like 6.5.
well, the seats they're filling the arenas. If the owners are making money, he deserves a 6.5.
Well, it's the TV deals, man.
Right.
TV deals are fucking just sick.
Right. Certainly no loss of
So
revenue
remember
there.
that, young men out there that fucking work for the companies. If your promotions are getting sick fucking TV revenue, that means don't matter how many asses are in seats. It means they got fucking cashola. Pony up, boys. Get you a fucking little Jeep to carry on the back of your fucking RV so you can go off-roading when you get to the town.
So the minimum salary for an NBA player, okay,
0 years of experience. So you would come in at 1.1.
I'd go out at 1.12 because it'd be the end of that. But right, so 1 year
This
of
is
experience,
minimum.
This is the minimum, of course. So if you're
Minimum.
if you're coming out drafted anywhere,
Look up league minimum for fucking Major League Baseball or football. Look up league minimum for football.
which sport you think has the highest? You think it's the
fucking
NFL?
NBA.
NBA
NFL.
higher than minimum salary for NFL rookie.
750. Good luck making the squad.
All right. 7+ years, minimum 1.6.
Bullshit.
Only.
And the thing is though, how much of that is guaranteed? It might
Only
be the minimum, but they'll fucking bring you in at that 870 and cut you 2 weeks later.
Right. Wow, I didn't realize there was such a disparity between the NBA and the NFL.
Oh God, it's staggering.
Minimum 7+ years of experience in the NFL. Minimum.
Practice squad have a
1.6.
minimum weekly salary of $16,000 for 17 weeks.
Now to everyone who's ready to post to Kevin, that's fine for me. I'm a jizz mopper in the porno house, and I'd be totally happy with 16-1. We're talking about the NFL, guys.
We're talking about the fucking most elite. Yeah, this. We're not talking about. We're talking about
general sense.
Yeah, Major League Baseball minimum. Here we go.
This is going to be high, I think. Right?
No. 700. Okay, 780 now by 76, so 780.
Yeah, but still, it's low. NBA, that's where the money is.
Yeah, but think about it, man. Like, you're gonna make the same playing baseball as you are fucking running a football.
I'd rather stand in the outfield and get a tan.
Yeah, I'd rather fucking DH and rub one out during the 7th inning stretch. Fuck that, man.
God, of all the organized sports I played as a kid, Little League Baseball, I just could not get it up for baseball. I played 1 year. I was like, how does anyone do this?
I mean, it's so fucking boring.
It's so boring. I was so small, though. My strike zone was like this big. So they always put me in. They always had me bunt. Yeah, it was so boring. Football.
Do we have we need fucking hockey because
hockey's going to be low.
We've dropped our ban on it.
NHL minimum
salary is.
I'll go $500,000. I'll put $500,000.
Yeah, I'll say $500,000. 750. So
750. Okay, so it's in line with.
So baseball, football, and hockey all are 750, and the NBA is $1,000,001.
So if I had to choose from the lesser of the three, stand me in the outfield. What am I looking at? Yeah, NBA.
I'll take the NBA. I'll sit on the bench for 1.8. work my ass off in practice and make sure the fucking guys that's starting's ready to go. Come in during a little garbage time, take a little 16-footer off the glass.
That's it.
That's it.
About coaches. Let's see. NBA coaches, Steve. Put that in there. Let's see what they're. Give me an average salary, maybe. I don't know if is their contract the same? Is there a minimum?
I don't think so.
All right, so average salary for NBA. Head coach.
Yes, let's ask Doc Rivers if it's worth it.
Average head coach 3.5 for the 21-22 season. Minimum salary of $25,000 per game, which amounts to just over $2 million for the full 82 game season. Okay.
Greg Popovich is making 11.5. That's kind of comparable to what a Division I major power football coach makes, between 13 and 11.
Okay.
Did you see the fucking deal the guy got that went to Texas to run the fucking Texas football program?
Who is it?
I don't give two fucks.
Well, where's he from though? He's.
I mean, I don't know.
Okay.
I just, you know me. I saw it on Squawk Box. I saw it on a financial thing. I'm just looking at
on
the
crawl?
numbers. Yeah, no, I'm looking at it. They put a graphic up. They showed that his money. He gets he gets maybe 2 cars, like use of a private jet, 2 cars, a membership to some swanky fucking gimmick, and I mean, it's just like,
well,
the only thing he didn't say was an unlimited happy ending is at fucking Mr. and Mrs. Smith's house.
in Mr. and Mrs. Smith's massage parlor. What? So Belichick was the highest. Yeah, I would have guessed that. This is for college you were talking about, Kevin?
Belichick's the fucking
No.
Patriots.
I know Belichick is, but the guy you
This
were
is
just talking about.
Texas Longhorns.
Yeah.
Pull up the Texas Longhorns.
Holy shit! Private jet?
Yeah, private jet. I think it had to be like a Citation 5 too.
Unbelievable.
Oh, this motherfucker! I can't believe it. I asked that motherfucker who he ever beat.
Is it Steve Sarkisian?
Okay, so yeah. Variants incentives, car dealerships, private airplane use, relocation.
Oh wait, he didn't get 2 cars. He got car dealerships.
I'm sorry. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, could you correct that, please?
Temporary housing allowance and a one-time payment of 1.2 if he remains head coach for like a year. So he's actually. I thought he was making a lot more than what he is, but he's guaranteed 10.3 for
Good
2
for him.
years.
Good for him.
Yeah, and Texas has got NIL money, so they can fucking buy a program.
And dealerships. All right, Eric Conradson was watching last week, and on prank calls, he said, in the 80s, my brother and I used to prank call our asshole grandparents repeatedly. They eventually got fed up and blew an air horn into the phone. Joke was on them. Our phone receiver volume wasn't loud enough to be bothered by it, but I'm sure blowing an air horn in their kitchen to get back at us probably blew out their hearing aids. Eric, you were probably such a sweet kid.
Yeah.
Your
Still
asshole grandparents.
That's every time my brother was in town last week.
Yeah.
Did we talk about that on Friday?
We did. That's where the prank calls came up, because I was asking if you guys were up to any shenanigans.
I can't keep this shit straight when shit. All I read is, you guys need to drop it Monday morning at 4:13. It's when I fucking pour my first ingot of steel. Motherfucker, man. You sent me the perfect fucking text today.
Oh, the Bukowski?
Bukowski, fucking absolutely no reason to get up before noon. I didn't even know that. No wonder I loved the fucking guy's literature.
Marcus Krause says, thank you for all you guys do. I have a 9-year-old with multiple diseases and with no cure, and with her diseases progressing, it's hard to sit by knowing there's nothing I can do for her. But having you guys to listen to every week brings me a moment of peace and happiness. I'm trying to learn from Kev's experience on how to cope with what's coming.
Man, just enjoy every fucking moment you can.
Absolutely.
It's not what you don't have, it's what you have. That's the most important thing when it comes to a child. Because I always, when I get real fucking down, I think about the person who waited the 9 months and then they're in the delivery room and she's stillborn's a child. I know that you don't have the 26 years experience and all that, but just that, because that's all you know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's all you know is that life and going in and, you know, and going through that process and seeing the ultrasounds and doing all that. And it's just like, there's no, it's like a third-degree burn. A third-degree burn's a third-degree burn. Losing a child's losing a child. And it's like, I don't know. Like I said that, you know, this just was one of those things where somebody sent me a picture and it was of a time that, you know, I had forgotten about. And it was just like, whew, it's a rough week.
Did you see the video that Scott Hall's daughter posted of you guys?
No.
It's Steve. Scroll down. I think I put a link to it later in the show.
Please don't put it on because I'll
have you. I'll send.
Yeah, I'm on thin fucking glass. Man.
I'll send it to you privately.
Thin ice, I should say.
I guess someone was running a home video camera in someone's kitchen, maybe your kitchen or someone's.
No, it's in their kitchen. It's got to be the one I've seen before with like Scott playing with the kids on the counter, and
it's Paul sitting. You're next to him. I thought it was Tristan because Tamara,
it is because it's Tristan because it's
because young Tamara's like right next to him. I don't know if she's holding him or it's hard to see because it's cut off. And then it goes into like another. It was on Twitter, so it was very short. And then it goes into
Christmas party. That was the Christmas party that Scott's wife said that me and Hunter had went into the bathroom and we're doing blow during the party on National Enquirer to Barry Scott.
Oh, okay, I know about this.
Yeah. Paul, who's never done a drug in his life, me, who would not me, who wouldn't do a fucking rail to save his fucking life because my dad died of a heart attack. Like, last thing I wanted to do was fucking make my heart fucking jump out of my chest. It's like, anybody out there that fucking's done a rail with me, fucking respond in and tell me when it was.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. Don't give it any time.
Hey guys, Eric Bischoff here to talk to you about my friends over at SaveWithConrad.com. Are you looking to get out of debt? Conrad and his team can make that happen faster than me firing the honky tonk man. Wow. And you know that controversy creates cash, right? Do you know what doesn't create cash? Credit card debt. Save with Conrad can help you consolidate high-interest credit cards and all of your other debt into one low monthly payment. They can even help you get the cash you need for home improvements or anything else. They've helped 83 Weeks listeners save $500, $600, $700, even $800 a month. Seriously, your papers are going to go down faster than Nitro ratings in 2000. Ouch! And how about this? No house payments for 2 months. That's right, no house payments for 2 months. And unlike the dirt sheets, man, the reviews do not lie. With over 1,000 five-star reviews, find out for yourself how much Conrad and his team can save you by checking out savewithconrad.com today. You'll be grateful you did.
NMLS number 65084, equal housing lender. Woo!
Distant and Vague has said, LOL, Sean talking about how San Francisco didn't understand the new overtime rules immediately displays that he also does not understand the overtime rules. Well, they clearly didn't. But what I was confused about was if the time expired, I said that would have been the end of the game. But there's no denying that. Didn't we play on this show the coin toss?
Yeah,
with Mahomes running,
and
off
Mahomes
the
running,
field?
going. They fucking took the fucking ball.
Maybe that wasn't on the air, but I mean, it's very clear that they were a little confused over on the San Francisco.
No,
it was during the break. Okay, we played it
break.
during the break. All right, so distant and vague. The truth of your statement is both distant and vague. Seek out this clip, and you'll see what we were talking about to confirm that little confusion on the.
I mean, but it's everybody. It's scouts. It's every fucking guy is just. They're in awe that the 49ers took the ball. So obviously, one side with the gold in their uniforms, no fucking clue.
Yeah,
guys that have won a couple of fucking Super Bowls. Yeah,
but I do think the guys who have won a few Super Bowls recently had it down pat.
Yeah.
I feel like in the press conference that the head coach of San Francisco, I'm throwing a blank, talked about it also. So seek that out, distant and vague, and check it out. See that. Kyle Shanahan, right? Shanahan.
So you can't. I mean, both teams will get an opportunity to possess a ball. Okay. Right. So if you go down and kick a field goal, then all they got to come back. And they would have kicked a field goal. Then they would have kicked off to them again, now making it advantageous to be getting the ball.
Right.
Not to start off, because exactly what happens.
Or scored a touchdown.
The 49ers get the ball. They go down and get 3, and they come back and get 7. Game's over. They knew they had to score a touchdown to win it. I mean, you've already set the precedent of what they have to do. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, you're behind the 8 ball.
David Jelenik. I named my varsity basketball baseline out of bounds play Nash. Basket for my big man. So his team has a play called Nash. Baseline out of bounds play. So is that an inbounding?
Yeah.
Okay.
We used to do one when I was in high school, and they would always think that they were going to lob the ball. So I'd stand on the block, and the guy would take the ball out like right in front of me. But we would run, because the block you can run on each side of it. We'd run a guy on each side of me on the block. And immediately that movement would take the lob out of the equation. But all I would do is, as soon as that guy went in front of us, I would take my foot and just basically base it behind the guy and just stick my hands out and then grab the ball and just dunk it.
So you're inbounding.
Yeah, so say the basket's like it's right here. So now I'm setting the pick this way. So they run guys off each side of me.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as this guy clears, I just stand and basically block this guy out, because he's drawn just enough, and I just stand with my hands like this. Now, because I'm off the block, I don't have to jump back to score. The basket's already in front of me.
Right.
So unless... And the worst case scenario is give the guy a ball fake if he's some leaper, and then go and fucking hit one on the 2. Gotcha. Not that I'm hitting both. But.
Gotcha. So you run the 2 on each side of you to draw.
just
to draw the defense out,
Yeah.
right?
And then you would think that, like, Tennessee does this inbounds where they do it to connect, and they run a guy through, and it inevitably pulls the guy out of the middle, and connect goes right to the basket for a dunk. And it's just like I watched them do it against, who were they playing? Georgia or Kentucky? Maybe they were playing Kentucky, but they did it like 3 times in the game.
Why would you ever leave him alone, though?
Huh?
Why would you ever leave him alone?
Because he's not left alone. They're drawing the guy because they were I think they were in a box and 1 out of it. So as soon as that guy comes through, the guy follows him, and he just turns and goes right to the basket and dunks it.
Okay.
So,
JD Man, hey, can you guys do a whole spot on a cast where you Google the mullets of 80s wrestling and rank them amongst themselves? We did talk about some mullets. There were some fierce mullets we saw.
Fucking early 90s, man. I remember one time we went out to Vegas, and me and Sean did the this is when they used to do the video convention, and Vivid was there.
Or NatP?
No, this is the fucking Las Vegas video convention.
Okay.
It used to be done at the Hilton Convention Center.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, it was kind of like the auto show, where like everybody had their little booths and shit, and we would go there for Coliseum home video with Hillbilly Jim. But like right across from where we were it said Adult World, and it was like blocked off. Like it was like it had a wall, but it was wide open. But it was, and then the Vivid was like fucking, the Mercedes. They had the
high end.
Yeah, the high end front spot with all the fucking. I mean, it was, and I remember I met one of the girls out there. We were talking, and she says, "What's with all you guys and that wrestle with the fucking hockey haircuts?"
The hockey? She meant mullets?
Yeah, the thing, like every hockey player at that point had a mullet too. It was just. It just was fucking part of the deal to have your helmet on and fucking with the mullet going. Like Derek Sanderson and some of those fucking guys. I mean that era had some yeah. Jaeger's got one. So but she said that, and I just said fuck it, and I just from that point on I let my hair grow out. Like
that's what it took.
If you think about that period of all the Kliq, Sean still has a mullet. Wallman has a mullet. Scott has a mullet. I don't have a mullet. All of a sudden, my hair starts to grow out.
Or the top down. Well,
Yep.
They clearly weren't talking to Jenna Jameson, or whatever the hell it was.
I'll never tell. I don't need any heat.
Well, she gave you a great hair tip.
Yeah, that's all it was.
And
she said, in your future, there'll be this product called Manscaped. If you trim the base of your cack, it'll add.
Would have been a great transition. They're not with us this week, though.
Would have been a 3-inch improvement.
Got a lot of advice about hair care that convention.
Yeah.
You guys were still doing Coliseum video in 95?
This would have been probably 93.
Oh.
Dude, when do you think they started DVDs?
Well, I just thought the Coliseum deal was already gone by then. I guess not.
Remember, man? God, I remember like every fucking TV. They hoist the Coliseum video banner and out you'd go, because you'd have three squash matches in a Coliseum home video.
Right.
You know,
Right.
all for the fucking grand total prize is $75, and all the sandwiches you
Yeah.
can get to.
Did Coliseum Video produce anything but WWE programming? I mean,
Yeah, they did porn.
Coliseum had porn?
That's what they're. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Should have done like a joint production.
No,
maybe.
they
Imagine
weren't in
the
the
Battle
porn
Royal.
business. They weren't in the porn business when WWE was there.
Oh, okay.
But that was their roots. I want to think it's. I swear that it's like one of those Woodland Hills companies. And if anybody knows Woodland Hills is porn.
It's a company?
No, Woodland Hills, California.
Oh, okay.
That area. That was all the porn industry was there. From Vivid to Hustler, everything was. I mean, Hustler was down in L.A.
I thought Van Nuys was like the porn capital. No.
No.
I have a very good interview with Ron Jeremy. If you seek out my solo podcast from years ago called Kayfabe, Stories You're Not Supposed to Hear, I talk about the business with Ron and my fascination with. See, you can always look to that industry, the adult industry, to track trends, right? Technology always goes there first. Whenever you're going to be able to affordably put on a pair of virtual reality glasses and have a interpersonal experience, it's not going to be golfing. It's going to be that industry first. But just how that, I mean, when they used to shoot on film, I mean, they were like full sets and full productions. Certainly not, to the extent of The Godfather.
Like working on an indie film.
Yeah, exactly. But it was film. It was lit for film. It was cut. The film was cut, and then video came, and it just became that was the cash cow when the video moved in. Obviously, Free State Revolution says, "Love you guys and the podcast. When it comes to gun laws, I'm thinking these minors who are probably gangbanging aren't abiding by the laws. Chicago has some of the strictest gun control." But somehow these guns aren't being purchased legally. It's common sense. Keep up the great work, guys.
Did you see the report that came out? Was it yesterday or today?
Regarding Kansas City?
The shooters. And the one dude said, man, it was just stupid. There was another dude from another group, and they were staring at me, and I thought he said something like, "Do you want to go?" And I thought he meant he was gonna fucking try to take me out. So he said, I know it was stupid. I pulled out my piece and started shooting. I knew there were kids in the crowd. And then this is after, of course, they've got visual, facial recognition it's to the point now where you go 40 feet outside and there's 35 things that have taken your picture in a city,
right?
And then the other guy that was arrested was shot like 5 times in the back or something.
We'll do a whole gun thing, but it's the carry permit of guns that you have to look at first, right? You want to have a piece, protect your home.
You and I are both going to say, okay, if I get caught with this fucking gun, it's a felony, and I'm going to go in the fucking can for 5 years. To whereas this cat, if he doesn't have a gun, he's going to be dead. Because fucking, that's just where that's his socialization process. So everybody can fucking, point their fingers and that fucking, I watched Bill Maher and watched that Ann Coulter. Jesus. I mean, how could anybody be fucking, she is just.
Move your mic a little closer to your mouth, Kev.
Sometimes they tell me I
There you
sound like Darth Vader. So
No, you're. I think when you coughed, you moved a little. So right, but here's the thing: that when you have an altercation, the traffic light, the road rage, the kid at the parade who goes, "You want to go?" The impulse use of the gun should never be in the equation. But what used to be the bar fight is now going to be the bar shootout. What used to be, some guy screaming at somebody else in the other car,
what used to be
him firing into the fucking car.
What used to be a Super Bowl fucking celebration is now a bad fucking idea to go to.
But it shouldn't be.
But
you should be able to go anywhere.
You should be able to be a Palestinian fucking 9-year-old and not have to worry about being fucking buried alive every day.
Well, agreed. Civilians shouldn't be casualties of war, but it doesn't have to be this way with our parades and fucking nightclubs where it's going to turn into a shootout now, whereas in 1962 it might have been, a rumble in the parking lot. Now it's just blowing seven people away.
I think it's cyclic. I think in 70, fucking, if you went to a nightclub in Detroit, there was a good chance fucking of getting zapped. Then now it's, it's a little bit different, but
it's too accessible. It's too widespread now. I'm not talking about going into ghetto.
It ain't going nowhere, dude. When the GOP gets absolute confirmation that their informant on the Biden case, both Hunter and Old Man, is a Russian, basically operative, who's lying on everything, and guys like Jordan, who I don't think, not the most credible human on earth with being around sex scandals and being oblivious to it. But these guys, man, it's just like, they can't just say we were like, Hannity covered that whole thing for like 90 fucking minutes. And then it turns around and they say, guys, completely bullshit. He's an operative for the Russians.
They say they weren't hanging the whole case on him. There's plenty more, they said.
Plenty more. You know what? That's why you guys have fucking came up with so much shit. Like, I'm so goddamn tired of all this shit. Fucking from gold sneakers to fucking a cat who's fucking ran on a platform. I'm gonna build a fucking wall. And he didn't do shit, and fucking we get lucky with COVID to keep some people out for a while, but it's back to shit as normal, and we try to fucking go across the aisles. Nobody wants to do shit because fuck it. And then you got Orange Man saying fucking, you know what, if these guys don't fucking chip in with their fucking NATO membership, not only are you kicked out of the gym, but I'm gonna go ahead and fucking I'm gonna let Russia attack you. Jesus.
But before we went on, there was a breaking news item about the White House saying that an executive order at the border, a little freestyle rap right there, is a possibility, is being considered.
What are we waiting on? Him to stumble up the stairs another time?
Well, apparently,
Jesus
the article
Christ,
that I read right before we came on, they have to do. I don't want to say study, but they have to do some kind of extended analysis of what that would look like.
We need to make sure that there's more Chinese military age fucking people in our country that shouldn't be,
It's only a few thousand a month.
illegally, but we can't stop until they've got the fucking population of Fort Wayne, Indiana. You know,
Pretty
it's
much.
just like, what the fuck are we doing, man?
But you know what? Even an executive order, you're not going to be able to put enough in place.
No, 'cause
like
there's
like
no
a bill
funding.
through Congress. Exactly, that a bill
There's
through
no
Congress would have done. So, I mean, are they giving up entirely on revising the bill and trying to get it through? I hope this executive order is not in lieu of trying to get some real funding and some real help down there. For God's sakes, we're crowded enough.
This is one of the things that I heard the other day and a person said to me, it says, name the last time Trump said something that was the truth. And I was just like, wow. I said, well, his sneakers are $3.99.
It's probably true.
Yeah. And then the thing that kills me is they do the math, right? They do the math, and he's going to have to sell 1,900,000 whatever fucking pairs of these shoes to cover his. I'm like, oh, so you think that he's got a he's able to produce these tomorrow. They're not even going to start production until August. So what do you think? Like you think when Nike sells a fucking Air Jordan for $140, you think they get $140?
Right.
Like, what the fuck? Like, how are people that stupid? He has a licensee deal with the sneaker company to put these out.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a licensee deal. Even if it's 60-40, I mean, it's still, he's not getting it all. It's just like, come on, people.
He's not sewing the sneakers together. Yeah,
No.
exactly. There's someone else.
And when it comes down to it, I have a fucking really hard fucking time with the. He owes $355 million. Well, did he steal the money? No, he paid it all back. But see, what he did was he lied on his financials. Therefore, he had an unfair advantage to get these loans at a lower rate. Well, okay. So he says Mar-a-Lago's worth $167 million. Deutsche Bank fucking looks at the paperwork and goes, all right. Instead of, did they send a real estate fucking person over there?
Like they would have had an appraiser for us.
Like they would at our house?
Right.
Yeah, what my place is worth 11. Okay.
Right.
How the fuck is that Trump's fault? That fucking the Deutsche Bank is a bunch of Trump marks.
Well, you have to submit the falsified value, and then the bank has to accept that as fact. So it's two idiots on each side of the deal.
If somebody said to me, hey man, we got the guy that fucking stole your car. Oh, thank God. Is it damaged? No. He fucking actually came in your backyard, put it on a flatbed, and drove it to a fucking covered unit. He didn't even put a mile on it. Oh, fuck. Like, and the crime's what? He paid back the money he said he would. Oh, okay. Yeah, I get it. Absolutely throw the book at him. Now, that's the one that when he says witch hunt, you go, see, you do that, you motherfuckers. You put that in people's brains, and then you see the fucking malcontents that follow him, that fucking they just buy into his lies because they fucking hate their lives. They hate their wives. They hate everything. And it's just like, it's easier just to go, oh man, that's horse shit. That's bullshit. That's this. That's, the same thing as when your boss says, you know what, you're a fucking shitty employee and we're letting you go. Fucking, you know what, witch hunt. bullshit. I'm not a fucking loser. Look, I got a red hat. I'm not a fucking loser. I'm part of this fucking team, and we're bringing it in for the big win.
I'm part of the Get Blitzed Lit Aid team, Kev.
Fuck.
That's what team we're on.
Hmm.
And in this
That was like saying Menon. By Menon.
I dropped the guillotine right on it.
Just,
right on the Trump
What
deal.
were we talking about?
Exactly. Mickey
Fuck
Ray
that.
Sinatra and Courtney's who we're talking about.
That's
the Get
what we're
Blitzed
talking
Lit
about.
Aid. That's right. Nano-infused Delta 9 THC sip and syrup. Is he here with us this week? Anyway, is Mickey Ray he's in the audience sometimes. If you've tried the Delta 9,
Mickey Ray's blitzed tonight.
he's too blitzed.
Yeah, he got his shit going.
Reached
He
the
got his shit
keyboard.
rocking.
We're talking about the Delta 9 sip and syrup, and what is it? It's super potent stuff. It's THC on steroids. It's a syrup. You mix it in any beverage, like a tea, white soda, and with as little as a teaspoon. It's fast onset. We're talking 5 to 15 minutes here, because nano-infused means it goes right into your bloodstream, okay? It's bypassing the breakdown in the liver, and it doesn't take as much time as like an edible. This is the real deal. It's THC Delta 9, the THC you get from marijuana. And if you're in Maryland, you can visit a Stay Lit smoke shop. But for the rest of us, it's legal to ship right from the Get Blitzed website to all 50 states without a med card, as long as you're over 21. And right now you can save 15% by entering the code KLIQ, K-L-I-Q, at checkout. Go to get-blitzed.com. That's get-blitzed.com and try the Delta 9 THC Sip and Syrup Lit Aid from Get Blitzed at get-blitzed.com. Use the promo code KLIQ, K-L-I-Q. Save your $15. Save 15%, excuse me.
Yes.
Thank you, guys. And they're with us for the long haul. And you can be with us.
I need to bring in one of my bottles. So
It's a whole, yeah.
The new bottles are completely different.
Bring it in. You're still going with the key lime?
Yeah. I do all the other ones first, like all the other flavors I get, and then I'm down. I got it's almost a full bottle of key lime right now.
Well, you're down to the last bottle.
I think
Mickey Ray, you heard this, right? You got to restock.
I think he sent me nine bottles of it.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Yeah, I told my wife, she's just like, "What is this again?" I said, "You wouldn't like it because, like, you don't like you don't want to be up at 4 o'clock watching Netflix with me." So,
No, I'd probably put her to sleep.
yeah, that is true. Some people that fucking cannabis knocks them out.
Oh, I need assistance with my sleep, so I turn to recreational activities.
I haven't drank in like 2 weeks.
It's not a bad thing.
No, I went and had blood done on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, you know what? I said, fuck. I said, instead of like walking in there like usual with the fucking, I can't find a vein because I'm so dehydrated because I drank 3 bottles of wine the night before because I said, I got to give blood tomorrow. Let me just see fucking how fucking whacked I can make my numbers. And then they come back and I'm like, oh, fuck, they're not bad at all. Imagine if I was fucking sober. So this time I said, let me just see. So I went when I went in the other day, my blood pressure was 117/68, and I'm like, fuck, man. I'm thinking, is that because I've lost weight and I'm not drinking, or is that just because I'm getting to that fucking age where you're just old? Like you're an old fucker and you just got, I used to be on 3 different blood medications, and I woke up one morning and fuck, I had low blood pressure. Like, oh God, great.
Well, Mr. Cornett, you're at healthy numbers now. But that's
Bro.
a good 117/68.
Bro.
That was
pulse
May
rate.
Young's
Pulse rate,
measurements.
bro, 60. You know what? I would tell you my fucking pulse rate, but I'd much rather you fucking pay me fucking 11 soft, $9.99 a month. Bro, I got a family to feed. You want to know my fucking pulse is? Bro.
Bro, you want to join the live audience that's here with us tonight? You go right to KliqThisTV.com. Check out the new Nash timeline that's on there. We put some kayfabe stuff on there. Sheiky's You Shoot, it's on there. But you have to go to KliqThisTV.com. And
where there's smoke, there's fire.
What was the logic where there's smoke, there's fire, and when there's fire, there's indictments? Or something like that.
That
right?
was on the Vince thing. He said, bro, I believe in fucking innocent until proven guilty, but bro,
not this time.
If there's fucking smoke, bro, there's fire. I'm thinking, well, you can't have both those analogies. You know,
he can.
Yeah,
he'll find a way to work it into an angle.
You can't juggle both. We're not playing fucking 3-card Monty out at the fucking park. Like, no, you can't do that.
He's entertaining. You know who's entertaining? The Rock. He's full heel now, baby.
I saw something where it was the clearest indication that he was all in was they said that he wasn't in any Under Armour or WWE merch. He was in his old school Versace. Like, he was in his shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he was in the...
So I sweated that shirt he had on. I wouldn't do the cutoff, obviously, but I'd wear that by the pool.
I'm not a Versace guy.
So...
Though I have seen your Capote fucking robe.
I do have a Versace robe.
I know you fucking wore it on like New Year's Eve.
I got a nice.
Was it New Year's? What was it? New Year's Day.
I got some nice Versace lift sneakers too recently. It's pretty good. Listen, I want to
make that shit for me. It's fine.
I gotta you need a lift like, but you saw the promo. SmackDown?
Yeah.
Okay. So, first of all, we're talking about a heel, right? The pop, bro, what happened to me last week with Mean Gene, it's fucking happening with Vince.
Bro.
By Menon. The pop he got, the pop when that music hit, that was not a heel pop. That was like an Austin, unless that was production, unless it was sweetened.
That's like the biggest house that they've ever had in that building.
11,000, Salt Lake City, right?
It's like maybe money wise. I mean, it was.
So if it wasn't a track, and that was real, it was massive. The pop when his music hit. Should a heel get the Austin pop? I was thinking about that. I'm like, wait a minute, but then I was thinking, you know what? NWO always did.
He's getting the Rock pop.
Yes, but the Rock's a heel.
Doesn't matter. Rock's Rock.
So then I
put it this way. I watched fucking Raw and like no Seth, no Rock, no...
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was just, and it was. We'll talk about Rock, but I've got to go over the Intercontinental Championship match. That just fucking things.
Go, we're here. Go ahead.
Well, I can't believe that like Uso's going for it. His brother comes down, rings a bell. He's got the fucking belt won. It's like you couldn't make the guy is the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion ever. And he's basically beat, except fucking your brother fucking rings a bell, and that makes you fucking dive through the fucking ropes on the fucking him and two security guys. Like, where's the significance of the fucking belt?
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Right.
This guy has had it longer than anybody. So what did he have? What did he have? A fucking 17-inch fucking black dildo in his hand? Is that what he had? and he did fucking Uso just didn't want it, even though fucking Gunther's fucking held this dildo longer than anybody else has. Like, what the fuck is that? What is that? Don't make any sense. I don't get it.
Well, this is the logic that we always talk about, which is sometimes absent.
And then they open the show with Cody versus McIntyre.
Right.
And I this is something I gotta say. I'm not being hyper critical. Cody, you're gonna fight somebody. You can't fucking walk down the fucking ring with the fucking, like, dude, either you're selling toothpaste or you're gonna fight somebody. But that's not a fucking warrior face. Now, when you start firing up in there and you make your fucking scary face, bring that the fuck down, tone down when you come down the ring. So I actually think that fucking I'm watching something isn't fucking pro wrestling, that it actually might be a fucking fight. Because most of us, even though we're fucking 64 years old, we still want to fucking distend the fucking belief that we are fucking not watching pro wrestling, that we're watching a real deal. And if you can do that, you're fucking really good. So please try to fucking achieve that, and I'll grade you on your future endeavors.
So walk to the ring like you're going to kick some ass.
Walk to the ring like fucking, yeah. Walk to the ring like the fucking dude that's in the ring. You fucking just watched a video of him fucking your wife on the kitchen counter.
Okay. Or anywhere, probably.
No, kitchen counter.
Yeah, it's got to be the kitchen.
Right where you make your coffee in the morning.
Right. Okay.
Come
Very
down
good.
with that fucking mentality. You won't go wrong.
Was there anything else that caught your eye on Raw? That was probably the highlight, right?
Well,
Cody and
the
Drew,
girls,
and then...
the female battle royal was interesting, but it's same thing. Every fucking girl that threw somebody out stood with one hand on the top rope, the fucking the foot coinciding it below it. On the second, their right foot on the bottom rope, and pointed to them as they fucking walked up the thing, and then somebody'd fucking shit can them over because they're already fucking 90% out of the fucking ring.
Mm-hmm.
And then they did the fucking, they land on the apron and slide back in. You can't do that but 2 or 3 times. That fucking shit gets old.
Right.
You know? So, the Raquel she won it. And,
could you modify it in any way to make it less awkward? Change the rules?
Well, fucking, yeah. Like, you watch somebody like Natalia, like Natalia in there, that fucking knows how to work.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like everybody else is just, it's just.
What if you did it any way you get thrown out? Through any rope, in any way, if you hit the floor?
It's got to be over the top, but it's the worst thing on earth is when 2 people get together and decide they're going to like work as a team, or they are a tag team and they work as a tag team, because in essence they should probably go over, and then it's going to be like like 2 people that are hooked together emotionally, story one, like a whole fucking bit, and now one of them has to, go after the other one.
Turn on the other one, yeah.
Yeah. So now you're basically having either a heel match or a babyface match. But it's
Mr. and Mrs. Smith all over again.
Exactly. Except not as unattractive.
So so that was Raw. So then to get back to SmackDown,
I'm watching Mr. and Mrs. Smith, and I hear in the fucking back of my head, "Do you want a happy ending?" And I said, "Yeah." When the show, just end the show.
End credits is that.
Yeah, that's the happy ending. End the show. End the fucking show. If I can come back next year with Mr. Smith.
Yeah, I was looking at Rock's body. Yeah, we were talking about all the shit where people talk about angles, like their camera angles. He is big like a pickle, man. He is huge. Camera angles my ass. His promo itself in the ring, very entertaining. I dug the Mormon stuff. I popped for. Is he going too hard as a heel? I mean, should it stay a little more ambiguous and believable? I mean, should we be insulting the crowd?
No, I think it's
a little
that's
too
what
dated.
You want.
Yeah,
no, but I
still?
think you want it. Okay, so Cody comes to the ring and he has to fucking pound his fist, and they got to get that. Whoa! Then we got to go down.
You're a
to
big
the fucking,
fan of that. Yeah.
And then fuck with Seth Rollins, they just do it the whole fucking time. So for a heel to interact, you got to fucking, he said he went to fucking say, one of his catchphrases, and they jumped out. He goes, no, you don't get to be a part of this. And that's the whole thing. Everybody else is just agile. It's the more adulation they can get. Oh, when I put my fist down, what's next? I mean, the day that I went to fucking something and got that involved, Jesus, I went to Rocky Horror Picture Show and walked out halfway through. I said, what the fuck is everybody screaming about? This is fucking stupid.
But I'm looking at the crowd during Rock's promo, right? And they're loving it. Their smiles.
It's Salt Lake
They're
City.
now playing.
There's 7 gene pools in the whole fucking building.
They're chanting Rocky at one point, and I think he realizes that he needs to get a little heat back. So that's when he turns to the crowd and very randomly points to probably nobody, calls somebody fatty and says he's going to smack his herpes lips, which was a little out there. But I think he realized that he was too over. It's at the point where I thought a couple of weeks ago the Cody crazies were that it was genuine. Now I think they're loving Rock as a heel. And that's
why I said like all along that's where the money is Dwayne. In any form or fashion. That is the fucking. I don't give if Babe Ruth if you could get him to come back in a time machine and play for the Yankees, he'd be the most over motherfucker on the Yankee squad.
Mm-hmm.
He's Babe Ruth. I mean, It's just, when you're a shell of yourself and you were a superstar, that's one thing. Like, even John Cena is much smaller, and he's losing his hair. I mean, he's showing age. Rock is like Yul Brynner. Every time I fucking see the 10 Commandments and he's walking around, fucking Yul Brynner's walking around, I'm like, fucking Rock stole his shit from Yul Brynner.
You know who agrees with you? Not necessarily the Yul Brynner, but about the Rock thing. CM Punk. His quote this week was, I think it's fantastic. 10 years ago, I was the guy that was wrestling The Rock when he came back, and now 10 years later, he's coming back, and I think the landscape has completely changed, right? WrestleMania is 2 nights now. It's even bigger. Him coming back only helps. I always say high tide raises all ships. So I'm just happy that even though I'm hurt, I'm still going to kind of be in the mix.
High Tide is also kind of a very over-cover band in the Cayman Islands. Just want to throw that out there.
Okay, well, if I didn't know you, I wouldn't know that, so that's good.
Yeah.
You know what? I thought this was curious too. I kept reading the quote, and I will keep reading the quote. I think he agrees with you about something else too. My mouth still works, he says. So I'm going to still be able to talk some trash. I don't know if you saw the kickoff we did in Vegas, but Rock, Roman, Seth, and Cody, it was a lot of fun, and I hope to just continue to do that while I'm recuperating because I can always talk trash with the best of them. if anyone wasn't listening, I asked Kevin, what do you do with Punk now that you're invested and you have everybody invested in his return and he gets hurt? And
could you imagine fucking Punk out there with McAfee?
You're talking about on commentary?
Yeah.
No.
If that's what, I mean, because that was, everybody was saying, how about commentary?
No. What you said and what he's alluding to, setting up in one segment a week, talking some shit, putting people in I'm going to call it the Piper's Pit model, but, you know, that's what it is. Guy with a mic who can talk, and you put him in some interesting situations. Sounds like he agrees with you, Kevin.
Listen, it's the best fit for what what his skill set is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you don't want, man, like he came back. He's a fucking star. He's over. Man, don't diminish him.
Yeah, I agree. I shuddered when I heard them talking about doing fucking color.
Yeah, don't diminish him. Keep him special.
Did you notice some stuff?
He's gone 9 months. He'll be back fucking like before you know it.
Did you notice some stuff about WWE production since Kevin Dunn's been gone?
Like a glitch here and there?
No, it's just some interesting new stuff. Like there was a shot, one continuous, almost like an establishing shot from a film when they came out of commercial. I have a link, Steve.
The one where it was like a package?
It was the 8-man tag. No. The way they shot it, it was like a film. Here, look at this. Coming out of commercial. Look how long they go before a cut. This is how you would shoot a film about wrestling.
Have you ever seen that fucking they have another shot that's from up top that basically, I don't know how it's almost like the camera is coming out of like the last 3 rows, and then it's angled and you get the whole fucking bowl and all the fucking people.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, you know, yeah.
It's different stuff. I'm kind of into that. Just I'm a production geek, so I kind of dig that. So I'll be looking for more of that stuff, trying to make the production look a little different. You know, we always talk about when there's multiple federations and stuff, and that 6-sided ring was ridiculous. Is there any other way we can present wrestling a little differently today? And I've talked to you about the stuff that you were doing there with like the peeking around the door and all that stuff. But, yeah, so this is like, I'll say it's a steady cam. It's probably a new name for the device now, but, I like it. I like that trying some new stuff. And I guess I'm attributing it to Kevin Dunn. Maybe it's just a coincidence. Maybe Kevin Dunn was planning to do this stuff all along. I don't know.
I think that I think like anybody, I think that when you get a new director, you know, he's going to have different sensibilities and things that excite him. And
yeah.
I just noticed, I mean, that like every once in a while there'll be a truck glitch, like a cut, like
cut to the wrong angle and then
cut
away real quick. Okay,
real short. But I mean, I catch it because I used to really be hard on Kevin Dunn because anytime somebody threw a punch, he would cut out of it before and turn it around in case it missed by a mile or whatever
to cover.
Yeah, and there's guys, you know, fucking throw a really good punch, and it's better to get close with that steady cam on the fucking apron and where that fucking, it looks like that fucker's landing, instead of doing all the optics of trying to cover up, you know, and then at the same time not covering up the fact when a guy super kicks, he fucking smacks his thigh.
Right.
You know, it's just like, well, Jesus, man, pick fucking one.
But it's a hard job. At the Museum of the Moving Image in New York, I was there this summer. Me and Todd hosted a thing there. And one of the awesome exhibits they have, they sit you down in front of in a booth, like in the truck or be in the stadium for a baseball game. And you have the audio playing of the director on the mic calling the shots. And in front of you are seriously like 35 camera angles. And some of them are, it's raw. So they're zooming in and focusing and trying to follow the action. And you're listening to him call it. And it is, and baseball's a pretty low impact, not a very cutty sport.
But it is because it's boring to watch. So if you stay
you
with
move around.
You got to move because it's the stagnation of the fucking play.
Right. And holy shit, it's so stressful listening to him. And it's to be able to see all those cameras at once and get one on deck while you cut to this one. And then you're going to know because it's getting close to the pitch. So we're going to need the close up of the pitcher's face. And then we're going to cut to the wide shot behind the pitcher. Then the ball goes. It's so maddening. It's such a hard job.
To me, I look at that and I say, yeah, that sucks. And then I picture being an air traffic controller.
Okay. All right.
And I'm like, oh.
All right.
You know what I mean, though? Like, it's like, okay, hey, dude.
That matters more than missing the bunt.
You missed the fucking strike. Yeah, but I got this United piggyback and this JetBlue down on fucking runway 11A. Like, fuck.
Yeah.
How'd you like a 12-hour shift of that walking up with a fucking thermos of coffee?
Anyone who might be too young might not realize in 1980 there was an air traffic controller strike. And they were sticking scabs up in the towers to call the planes. It's miraculous we didn't lose more people than that.
Mm.
All right, Kev, it is, let me tell you about BLUECHEW for a minute as we move into the Tap Out here, because the Tap Out is sponsored by BLUECHEW. What we're talking about is sex, boys. Remember the days you were ready to go? You can increase your performance now and get that extra confidence, that extra oomph when I say BLUECHEW.com. It's the unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra, Cialis, Levitia, but in chewable tablets and at a fraction of the cost. Take them anytime, day or night. You can plan ahead, be ready whenever an opportunity arises. The process is simple. You're going to go right now to BLUECHEW.com. Consult with one of their licensed medical providers online, and once you're approved, you receive your prescription within days. It's all done online. No visits to the doctor's office. No bullshit at the pharmacy. Marge, Mr. Nash, your penis pills are ready. They're made in the USA. They're prepared, shipped right to your door in discreet packaging. It works. Our people have told us on air that their women are happy. Their partners are happy. So they want to help you have better sex. Discover your options at BLUECHEW.com. Chew it and do it, and we have a special deal for our listeners. Please use that promo code NASH and get your free shipment. Just pay $5 for shipping. That's BLUECHEW.com, promo code NASH. Receive your first month free. Visit BLUECHEW.com for more details, important safety information. We thank BLUECHEW for sponsoring the segment. The Tap Out. Kevin, you probably have not seen the Turkish film from 1973 called Karate Girl. But here's the very, very suspenseful a shootout scene, an action scene. Let me know when you've had enough. From Karate Girl, ladies and gentlemen.
All right.
How about the bump on the bed?
How about the fucking street from San Francisco fucking just vibe? Just waiting for Carl Malden to run in.
Streets of San Francisco. Was that Michael Douglas?
Yes.
By any chance?
Yeah, he was the sidekick. I like the fact that you never see any blood until he fucking finally pulls away his hand.
And he's popping the
gimmick
capsule or whatever there.
Yeah,
Quite the Turkish cinema. Well, what can I tell you?
Have you seen the that huge nuclear site in Ukraine? How it's had several almost meltdowns in their 4 reactors, and if this thing has a meltdown, that it will cover Istanbul, Turkey will be uninhabitable for 100 years. This is a major world catastrophe, and God forbid if we were to send $7 to the Ukrainians. But then again, what do I know? But to make sure they don't fucking pay their college loans.
Oh, the bailout,
oh, fuck that,
canceling the debt.
I don't
Listen, I'm all for making college cheaper, but let's make college cheaper instead of the debt cancellations.
Exactly.
Let's make it so we don't have to go into debt to send our kids to college. All right, Dear Sexy. It's time for Dear Sexy. Kevin, I think we were on quite a run with the Florida man, and so people want.
Yeah, I needed a break.
You need a little break. We need to get to Dear Sexy.
Plus, I'm in prick mode anyway, so.
So what if? Well, that's always good to answer give some advice when you're in prick mode. That these work best on those days. So what if we gave Kevin some actual Dear Abby letters from over the years and allowed him to give the advice? So here's the first one. Dear Sexy, my husband and I have been married for 32 years. I cannot remember the last time he asked me about my day, let alone my life, without a prompt from me. I feel ignored and emotionally neglected after years of this treatment. I'm no longer willing to tolerate it. He doesn't engage with me verbally unless he has a question or a complaint. If I laugh out loud at something I'm reading, he never asks what's so funny. We do love each other, but we have very different personalities. I respect his introversion, and he respects my need for social engagement. His career demands very long hours, and I understand that from the start. We have been living parallel lives most of our marriage. Our children are grown and out of the house. He's a good man. He tells other people how much he loves me and how beautiful I am, but he doesn't say it to me. I try to engage him in basic small talk and hug him every day, but he doesn't respond or take the initiative. Years ago, he volunteered that he wasn't seeing someone else. I am not either, but I do have a standing offer from an old flame who does talk with me and does tell me how fine I look. I would never disrespect my husband by having an affair, but maybe it would get my juices flowing again. Is there anything to salvage here? From Dissatisfied in Texas.
Definitely bail on the first one before you divulge into something else.
After 32 years? She's going to leave me after 32 years? What is she, 60 maybe?
Well, she's got the mentality of a 12-year-old.
She's neglected.
Yeah. I'm 39 years old, and I just came to the realization I don't like lima beans. What? Come on, Uncle.
Well, that's true. I guess this has been going on for a while. Maybe she should have bailed years ago.
Yeah. Well, if my wife doesn't talk to me when I say something, I immediately go, did I do something to piss you off?
Right.
Because she talks to me. We talk to each other. It's
right.
like, that's just common courtesy, sharing fucking a space. You talk to your bunkie in prison. Like, fuck, man.
He's a bit of a douche. So she should bail and then hook up with the man who says she looks fine.
Or is the reason she's hanging around because those long hours mean good payola. And she don't want to give up that life.
You got to weigh that stuff too, right? Maybe it's a trade. It's a sacrifice. That conversation at the home.
You could have fucking amazing sex to a fucking introverted guy that wants to sit and yell out the answers to Jeopardy all night long. But if you're in a fucking single wide, driving a fucking Ford Probe, Bad move, baby.
Brilliant. All right, dear sexy, I host holiday meals for my out-of-town family. During the last one, my cousin's 5-year-old son ran up and down the upstairs hallway pretty much nonstop the entire time. The floor is ceramic tile, so when he did this, it made a huge racket and shook the house. The pounding frayed me and my husband's nerves, but we didn't say anything because I was afraid it wouldn't go over well. In the future, I asked if he can be told we have a house rule of no running inside. I also asked if there's a game or something I can buy to keep him entertained or redirect him if he starts doing it again. I was then informed that, quote, this is just what children his age do, and it is impossible to get them not to run. Trying to compromise, I asked if it could be limited to the three-season room, I don't know what the fuck that is, or outside or the basement, and was told they probably won't come then. My mother was just diagnosed with a serious illness, and I would hate to not have part of the family there this year because of this. Was my request out of line? Is there another solution? My cousin and her family say their homes are too small to host, and no one wants to go to our restaurant. That's from Unnerved in the Midwest.
Now, whose kid is this?
It's her cousin, so she hosts.
Oh, fuck, for God's sake.
And it's her cousin's 5-year-old who's a goddamn terror.
Number one on the list of fucking people, your cousins down there with the guy that fucking delivers your fucking mail. Like, are you kidding me? Somebody runs in my house and he's my cousin's kid? Fuck. If I pick the dude up by the throat and throw him the fuck out to say you're next if you don't fucking calm down fucking Fido there. And if not, that didn't work. I'd slam a couple Benadryl in his fucking mashed potatoes.
This is why we do this segment, guys. Benadryl and the mashed potatoes for the kid. And the previous one, I think, was if you're in the double wide, single. You leave the guy.
She's in a single.
A single wide.
She's moving into a single wide, and she's fucking screaming they're both screaming the answers to Jeopardy.
Dear Sexy, if for no other reason you listen, let it be, Dear Sexy. All right, Ask Nash. We are back with Kliq This, and it's Ask Nash. Hashtag Ask Nash. When you'd like to be a part of this, and we will find you. We will find you on socials like we did for Ouellet Nelatek 1422. Nobody's Bob Smith anymore, right? Nobody's Bob Nash. We're Ouellet Nelatek 1422. All right, Kevin Nash. Did you know Bob Probert? Was he a friend? Did you watch his bio documentary, Tough Guy, the Bob Probert story? I did watch that.
I used to run into him at different clubs in Detroit and stuff. I wouldn't know. I don't know. We would definitely be acquaintances.
Mm-hmm. Could you have taken him?
That's you don't want to fucking fight somebody like fucking Bob Probert.
He was a madman.
Fucking dude, do a fucking 8-ball for a fucking line. Fuck. Good luck hurting him.
It is a good documentary. That's on one of the streamers. I just saw it. I flipped past it the other day. Watched it.
Him and Dome used to fucking have some fucking
Ty.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ty was with Toronto.
Toronto. Yeah, they had some fucking epic. Like they would start the game, and they'd go to drop the fucking puck, and by the time the fucking umpire got over with the puck, they both would be like,
gloves were off.
Fuck.
Yeah. Anybody out there of a younger age that did not watch hockey in the 70s or even the 80s up to the mid 80s, go to YouTube and search out some NHL fights from late 70s, early 80s. Put in Probert's name. Put in was it Dave Schultz in any of the Flyers, really, and watch what the NHL.
Oh, Stork was a big old fucker though. He's like 6'6", wasn't
he? Could have been. Yeah. I don't know how tall he was. Guys, it's deceptive. Hockey is very deceptive because
Yeah, because they got you're on fucking 6-inch blades or whatever the fuck it is.
yeah, but like I had the Devils season tickets and I would sit in the corner, a couple of rows off the glass, and these guys would come in. I know there's pads, but it's not like football pads. They don't get a lot of bulk from those pads. These guys were huge.
I mean, it's barely enough to fucking stop their shoulders from getting separated every time they get checked.
Yeah,
boards,
seriously. Thomas Logan, what if May 2003, you're on a flight to Japan and it crashes over an island on the Pacific, castaway style. The only survivors are you, Piper, Ouellet, Sags, and LA Knight. Tell us what you think unfolds over the next few weeks as you await a rescue party that may never come. Oh, so there's a little creative writing assignment here. We have.
Guy commits suicide.
You've got. And Piper, Ouellet, Sags, and LA Knight eat you.
Yeah, that'd be. I don't know. I don't know LA Knight, so I'm sure I'd fucking go play board games with LA Knight.
All right, Jack Pinocchio. With all this Borg Genesis talk, do you think the man himself, Ernest Borgnine, should be the leader of it? Borgnine. He's like 9th rank.
Yeah,
9th
but
level.
you're talking. He had a whole fucking navy, that dude. Fucking
McHale's navy.
Who? Really? That's an actual sitcom? Was Tim Conway was on there, right?
There was weird shit. You know what? I never got Nash. Nash. I never got MASH. Did you? Were you a MASH fan?
Yeah.
I never got the humor.
I saw the movie.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, I think that's the difference of like the 10 years between us. No, you're only 50, right?
I'm 51.
Yeah, I'm 13. Somebody told me the other day, they came to me in the gym and the guy says, "How old are you now, man?" I said, "I'll be 65 in July." He goes, "Yeah, I'm right behind you." I said, "Really?" I said, "How old are you?" He said, 53. I said, "Dude," I said, "You're not even," I said, "in 10 years, you probably won't be alive." Like, seriously, you probably won't be alive. So, like, you have no idea the difference between fucking 55 and 60 in the weight room. Jesus, your fucking joints are.
Well, good thing I don't have to worry about that. I won't see a weight room. The audience, please. Who's here? Let us know. Submitted privately. My Ask Nash question is, where is the best place to take a testosterone shot? The doctor is doing it in my thigh.
Wrong.
What did you say?
Glute.
In the ass.
Yep.
Why better than the thigh?
Because if it does fucking Charlie horse or knot up on you, it's on that you want to shoot in the top of your buttocks where that tissue is. You want to use a 23 gauge 1.5 inch syringe, a 2-inch syringe. I absolutely. There's so many times that it's like Sundays when I take my injection, and it's just like it ends up being like 1:00 in the morning on Tuesday, because it's like, fuck, I gotta get Tamara to do it before she goes to bed, and I'll go in there and mix it up, and she'll come in. She goes, "When was the last time you had a shot?" And I'll be like, "Yeah, I know, I'm a couple of days behind." And I feel it too. Like you know, when you get on testosterone, you feel it. If you go a couple of days, you start to fucking. So.
All right. So there you go. Whoever asked that, anonymous, go to your doctor.
But I mean,
and tell
I
him
know
to give it
people
to you
that
in the
have.
ass.
I know people that have done it in their shoulders. It's just that, man, it's just if something's going to abscess, I want it in my ass. I don't want my fucking shoulder. I don't want something where it's, you know.
Is it common that?
No, it's really. I mean, if you hopefully, I mean, a doctor's going to be using alcohol swabs, and I mean, the biggest thing to me is like I have my own testosterone, but I make sure that I take alcohol, rubbing alcohol, and like I wash my hands, rubbing alcohol. I rub the fucking rubber on the top of the syringe down, and then I fucking know how to do everything needle wise. To take a draw needle, to fucking draw it out, and then put the other needle back on. But I know how to do all that without contaminating anything, and then I just bring it into my wife. So,
okay. Who else from the audience? What do we got? Headingite, has Kevin seen Peanut Butter Falcon?
yes,
Shia LaBeouf?
Mick Foley and Jake. Yes, I saw it on. Somebody smarted me up, and I saw it on an airplane. I think I was going to Manchester, England. I saw it on an airplane. It was okay.
Okay.
I like
Shia
the I
LaBeouf
like
is
the
the
fact that Mick and Jake were in it.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Someone else in the house? Let's take another one. Dan Updike. Kev, have you tried the key lime get blitzed in a lemon lime prime yet? Might be the new winning combo.
I have both lemon lime prime and lemonade prime at my house right now.
Just saying.
Lemon
Just
lime
saying.
prime. I could be. Yeah.
Let us know.
It's
Seems like it might work.
just gave it a dinero.
Let's see. Brent. My kids are 13 and 17, and no, Kevin Nash is Super Shredder. Are you getting cheese from the new figures and Fortnite characters?
Fortnite that just started, and I don't see the only thing that I get money from is if they like when they make a figure, a Super Shredder figure, everybody comes to the convention center, you know, when I'm in town, and they bring all their Super Shredder shit for me to sign.
Right.
So.
All right. So, but in the
Fortnite now, I ain't getting it. Plus, it's not. It's even though it's Super Shredder, it's nothing what my costume look like.
So when you play a character, if they make an action figure of the character, not what am I trying to say?
If they would have
you're
made
the
one
character.
of the Russian, if Marvel had made one of the Russian,
because it's your likeness.
But if they would have to use my likeness, they would
Right.
have to use my face. They put a generic face on it. It's their trademark.
Gotcha. Okay. See, that's tricky. That's tricky.
I guarantee you, fucking Keaton and all those guys got zero fucking
Batman?
Yeah, I can't see how they fucking got. They might have got something, a percentage of what that fucking Dark Knight or whatever that they might have got a percentage that way. If they had a good fucking, you know, a good, and all those guys would have had fucking excellent.
But it's just Joker unless it's Nicholson's face.
It's all DC fucking owned. Copyrights.
Pinball Wizard 809. Now that Costco is open in Daytona, will there be a Kevin Nash sighting? I can't imagine anywhere Kevin would rather be less.
Dude, guess where the Costco is?
If I had to guess, I would say right by the Barnes & Noble. Of course.
Right by where that fucking show is, that fucking cop show in Daytona.
Oh.
Right there. It's right fucking there.
Oh, in that, by the movie theater?
It's right in that fucking, the little fucking...
All right. Pinball Wizard, I'm going to answer for you. You got a better chance of seeing Jesus Christ walking through Costco, picking up a 12-pack of fucking Prime than you have Kevin Nash.
Yeah. I'm pretty. I mean, we buy the same shit. We buy a couple cartons egg whites, two or three dozen organic range, fucking all that shit. We get either I'll get grass-fed beef, I get grass-fed fillets. Occasionally I'll get elk.
From where?
You have to get it shipped.
See, I will tell you, I will say that Costco by me, and it's pretty consistent from people I talk to who have Costco's by them, the meat section and the seafood section is outrageous. Beautiful cuts. And maybe worth going in just for the
but you got to join to go in.
Yeah, it's not that expensive.
Then you got to, it's like, it's just, it's housing, man. I don't want to put my shit in a fucking cart and then have somebody bring the cart around and put it back in the cart and then go out and put it in bags. I'm like, fuck that. I'd rather shop.
Have your personal assistant. You ever think about getting a personal assistant?
Not a chance.
Why?
Because I don't want to be fucking charged with murder.
They take care of so much of this stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Send them out.
You can't. It's like same reason Soderbergh gets behind the lens. By the time I tell somebody what I want fucking
you
shot,
could have done it.
I could have moving.
That's exactly how I feel.
You know what I mean?
Too.
It's just like
somebody said to me, "You could get so much more done if you gave this minutia to somebody else." I just began outsourcing my laundry, though. This is big. I do have the pickup and drop-off service for the clothes.
God, when I lived in that loft in Atlanta for like a year when I was booking,
yeah,
the concierge, you just dropped your shit off in the morning, then the next morning when you came in, there was your fucking shit was just on hangers, folded, ready to go upstairs.
Beautiful.
It was, you could get your car detailed. I mean, it was like, ugh, that was the fucking best, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, just for me. I mean, I was living by myself, so
that's kind of the best in all ways, isn't it?
Well, T was born. T would come out on the weekends.
What were they still into? Oh, because they were in Arizona.
They were in Arizona, then they finally they came in, and I bought that loft, and then she was just like, because I told her, I said, this isn't gonna fucking work. I said, I can't fucking fly home to Phoenix, you know, and then go and be gone 3 days, you know. I said, I'm not getting anything, fuck this.
All right, let's wrap it up with some more people from the house. You can be in the house as well when you go to KliqThisTV.com. Become an 11 Soft member. What do we got here? This soon-to-be married Brit. What are your thoughts on engagement rings? Where should I look for one to show my boyfriend what I want? He teased a proposal this year. Well, you're in Philly, so you're going to go to Carver Reed. And here's some tips. All right, I know a little bit about diamonds. You don't want to do a princess cut. You want a round because it shows the depth better than any of those goofy shapes. All right, you're going to get a round and a deep stone that brings out the translucence in the stone.
My wife's got a triple round one.
Round is the way to go.
Yeah,
just upgraded my wife's recently.
My wife's got a nice rock.
Which
I don't let her wear.
Well, it's good just to have it, I guess, to tell people. What?
No, I don't. I mean, when I'm with her, it's fine. But like I tell her, I said, "Fuck, man, they'll kill you for that."
Right.
People will kill you for that. You're getting out of a Mercedes. You got a fucking Louis Vuitton. You got a big fucking Zsa Zsa Gabor fucking ring on. Like, nah. Oh, I should be more updated and say Kim Kardashian. Whatever.
No, you just keep being who you are with your Zsa Zsa Gabor references.
Exactly.
RJ City is applauding you from wherever he is right now.
At least I know fucking. I actually watched fucking Borggenesis, fucking Ernest Borggenesis, in black and white.
It's my wife's 50th, so I had to consider what do you do, right? What do you do? Is it
50th?
Is it more jewelry? Is it like for my 50th?
We're so past the jewelry thing.
Yeah.
It's just like, unless we're opening up a fucking tennis hall of fame, there's no reason to buy another tennis bracelet. Jesus, we got diamonds with emeralds, diamonds, sapphires, diamonds with fucking rubies.
So we were talking about maybe going to England, and everyone's dragging their feet on everything. You know, my daughter's college schedule, and you know, we like to do things together. So I was like, all right, I'll just do a nice weekend here in the city. We never stayed at the Plaza, right, on Central Park, and kids always talk about it. So I go on, I get a room at the Plaza. It's like, ooh, let me book a high tea at the Russian Tea Room for 3:30. The next morning, 10 o'clock, I booked her a session at the Guerlain Spa in the Plaza. So it'll be a nice little weekend in the city. We're at dinner the other night, and she's like, well, I was looking at flights for England. I said, listen, I was under the gun. We're getting close. I had to book something. So I booked it. Just there's a weekend that you're going to have to keep available. She's like, oh, she says, well, what weekend's that? And I tell her, and she's like, am I packing a bag? I said, all right, this isn't going to be much of a surprise. I said, yes, but not going out of the time zone. Don't. She goes, oh, the Plaza. I swear to God. I said, what? I'm just staring at her. She goes, well, tell me, is it? I said, yeah. I said, why of all things? She goes, because you've mentioned it before. I was like, I have? Like, fuck. I'm like, well, listen. I said, it's a whole nice weekend. You'll still love it, even though we're being whisked away to somewhere where you know you're going. I think you'll still enjoy it. And she goes, when's that? And I told her the weekend. She goes, oh. So my little one's like, how many nights? I said, honey, at $1,800 a night, don't be asking me how many nights. And Nicole's like, wow, that's a lot. She goes, probably because you booked Easter. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? This is why guys can't do this stuff, Kevin.
No.
This is why we can't do surprises. I book a fucking room on Easter. So now I got to move all these reservations, the room, the spa, the Russian tea room. Got to move it all to a different day.
Yeah, I do the same. I have no idea fucking what day it is half the fucking time.
It's unbelievable how terrible we are with this stuff.
You could tell me fucking 15 minutes earlier. Now, whatever you do, don't do anything on June 15th and 16th. And I'll get a fucking phone call. Somebody will want me to do some signing or some shit. And I'll be like, oh, yeah, I'm open on those days. 15 minutes ago, I just fucking, it's just like, if I don't, the minute you tell me, if I don't put it in my fucking, my book, fuck it. I mean, I'm old school. I use like a date book.
With the page, you flip through the pages, so you don't do the.
Fuck no.
Okay.
Man, it's so.
But Kevin, if you do, let me just tell you one thing. I'm kind of old school with stuff too. If you put it in the online calendar, it pops up to remind you. So there's no way that you can forget upcoming appointments. You set little reminders.
Oh, my Delta app has every one of my flights.
So it would be that, but for like your doctor's appointment,
I ain't doing that.
Your massage.
I ain't doing none of that.
All right.
I'm writing that in the kitchen on the fucking calendar on the side of the refrigerator. That's where all that shit goes because my wife runs that thing and she's like air traffic control, but not a scab.
Right.
She's like,
you do know that you got the doctor's appointment.
Yeah, you do know that you do know that you've got a fucking dermatologist appointment. Yes, dear. You do. You're giving blood tomorrow at 3. Yes, dear. Hey, man, 36 fucking years she's been putting up with my shit.
God bless her.
Fuck.
She's the greatest human alive. I always have said that.
I'm.
Her and Stacy Cornett.
I thought you were gonna say Keebler.
I don't know
I don't
what
know
she's
why.
got going on.
She would have been a good fucking cast in that Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Would have made a little more sense, maybe.
Yeah. Except she's like 6'6".
Who else we got here? Who's going to wrap us up? Who's bringing it home? David Van Bogelen. Hey, you Kev. Just wanted to check in and see how the neck and shoulder are doing now that you've had a bit more time to process the stem cell surgery. Hope you're feeling better. Therapy.
Thank you. David, I actually felt like shit today. I don't know why, but the good Lord sent me a text message. And let me pull it up. It says,
What would the good Lord say if they were if he or
well, he
she
would say,
were to
big man, thinking about you. Saw that some of the posts you made about T didn't want to bother you or be intrusive. I have a question for you. I have 2 U.S.-based doctors from Chicago who run 2 international stem cell clinics. One is in Guadalajara, the other in Cancun. They're heavily recruiting me to come in and help them grow them to the level of bio or CPI by creating and inducing an athlete influencer program. If I'm on board, you want to fly to Cancun by year's end and do another comp treatment with me?
Signed.
Signed, David Truitt, my buddy.
Oh.
So, and once, if David goes down there, then I'll pass the information.
Are you due for another? How often can you do them?
Fuck, man. At my age, fucking but one a day.
What? Because you get like 100 million.
Shit, I just had fucking 450 million.
450 million. Yeah.
But that's cells. Think about it. It's, you know, at a cellular level, it's not. I mean, it's enough to fucking juice up your fucking cervicals and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not, I mean, I know how much better I feel than the last time I went.
Yeah.
When I waited, you know, a couple of years, like right now, if I think if I could get another dump at the end of the year on top of what I've got,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Okay.
I think because my skin looks good, I feel good, I dropped weight. For some reason, man, my body is not craving alcohol, which is just.
Well, that's good. Stay on that track.
Well,
I
thought we were going to get a wine sponsor, so.
Well, we're seeing what's happening there with those folks.
Yeah, I'll work with fucking that bunch of knuckleheads.
We'll see. We'll
wine
put the bottle out here. And
why can't we fucking do it?
sip some
Why can't
wine.
we do this on our own?
That's a discussion for another day. But we can. It's just who wants to dedicate the time to sitting in meetings with ad agencies? Tell your agent. She's got a contract. I spend hours writing.
I can do that.
All right.
Oh, we also got a gig. A guy wants while it's here.
Go ahead.
Because let's see. Oh. I fucking chopped the top of this sauce, but I agreed to the signing. The signing is Saturday, July the 13th, but he's going to fly me in on the 12th.
Okay.
And it's Atlantic City.
Okay.
And he says, I will fly you in Friday so you can do your podcast on Friday night. He says, you guys will clean up.
Do a live Kliq This?
Yeah, he wants to do something here. And I said, I have to get my co-host to come in, and he's not working for free. That's my comment.
Well, if we had to tell him that, we're probably far apart.
He says, no problem. He's a Jersey boy. I'll take care of him.
Oh, all right. So.
And then I said, fucking, if you mean Jersey boys? And then we went into fucking Frankie Valley.
Oh.
Half hour right there.
All right. Anyone else in the house? Sherry! Mark the date, everyone. Jen, Kev, do you have any other tattoos besides the one of T that you showed a while back? You may have mentioned that, and I missed it.
I got all this shit over here on this arm.
When did you start with tattoos? Because I feel like in the Diesel run you didn't have?
Yeah, I had a small tattoo that I got in the service.
Okay.
It was a tiger wrestling a snake, and I turned it into a tiger wrestling a small dragon, and then as my arm got bigger, it just looked ridiculous. I had a samurai on my forearm.
Okay.
So
All
super
right.
strong warrior spirit.
All right, guys. Thank you all for being here. Let me remind you that Kliq This is
Did we talk enough politics there?
Well, we covered the border. I know.
I'm kidding. It's all in a lump though. So everybody that this is one of my favorite comments that I read. I really love listening to Sean and you. You guys have such great opinions. Until it comes to politics, where we're completely different. Hey, dude, I'm not fucking. It's like I talked to one of my best friends, and I haven't talked to this girl in so long, but we used to do the circuit together, and she was telling me we were talking about some different shit today, and she reached out to me and left me a message, and she said, "Fuck," she said, "I read your post about Tristan." She said, "I read it like that morning and I got choked up," and she said I was gonna fucking like come back to it that night when I got home. And she said, and I just fucking stared at it, and I'm just like, what do you put a heart? Like, what do you say when somebody writes that? And I'm thinking, God, I said, well, as I'm listening to this fucking message, I said, let me call her. So I called her, and she picked up the phone. And she said, hey. I said, thank you so much for reaching out. Because she left me a message, a voice message. I said, thank you for reaching out. I said, God, I haven't talked to you in fucking forever. And we were talking, and she's, I think, a Trump supporter. And, I mean, fucking Pelosi's like the devil to her. But it doesn't, I don't think anything less of her. I love her to death. I think she's she's a brilliant woman. And we were talking, and I was saying about how in the Art of the Deal, at one point there's that thing where he's walking with a Falcon, and there's a guy selling pencils with a 10, and Trump says, "You know the difference between us and him?" And his daughter says, "No," and Trump says, "Well, he's got a couple of bucks on him." So I made reference to that when we were speaking today, and she says, "Funny," she says, "I was walking through Central Park, 20 years ago with Donald Trump." And she said, we're walking along, and this like bum, homeless person, whatever you want to call them. I think at that 20 years ago, I think they were probably bums, right? They weren't
Homeless man.
Homeless? Were they homeless? Or were they bums 20 years ago?
Today they're houseless. Today they run Sacramento. Is what they do.
Yeah, today they're native Californians.
Oh.
So
whenever someone was doing some shit they weren't supposed to, like jaywalking, I say, just tell them you're homeless if they stop you. They won't do a thing.
Right. So she said
now, so she's with Trump?
Yeah, she's with Trump. And they had dinner.
I bet.
And they're walking back across Central Park, and he sees the guy in disarray. We'll just leave it at that.
Mm-hmm.
He says, "You know the difference between that guy and me?" And she says, "No." And he says to her, about $450 million he has that I don't. Because he was, at that point, $450 million in the hole.
In the 90s, yeah. It was a rough time.
So, And this is somebody that's my friend, and it's just like I don't discount her because she's friends with somebody I just don't politically fucking see eye to eye with. Now, do I fucking want to go and fucking have? But he doesn't drink, so I guess I'll go have a Diet Coke with him and talk about the fucking how that whole tennis shoe thing came out. Fuck yeah.
I just don't want him to be my fucking president.
No, I don't. That's my thing.
I used to love going in Trump Tower, going downstairs, at a great gelato bar, take the kids, sit under the fountain. They had that fountain, the entire wall, down the marble wall. It's a fountain. Sit down, have some gelato, sit in Trump Tower. It's fine. I don't want him making decisions. He doesn't make very good decisions, business-wise or otherwise. But he's seen a lot. It would be a good interview. I'd interview him.
Oh,
I'd interview anybody.
It'd be a good hangout.
Yeah.
From what I hear, as long as you're in open air.
Some Russian broads. Yeah, that's true. There's a bit of an aroma, and you may get squatted over by a Russian woman. But other than that, be a great day. Kliq This is a production of Butch and Sundance Media, produced in association with Podcast Heat, created by Tristan Nash, Kevin Nash, and Sean Oliver, producer Steve Kaufman, graphics by Dominic D'Angelo, title sequence and audio edit by Wesley Burleson, theme song by Dale Oliver, technical research by Tristan Nash, copyright 2024, Butch and Sundance Media. Kev, you want to do another one?
By Menon.
Customer service never answers a thing. Let us free to breathe in air we're supposed to breathe. Through twists and turns you've come to love me. Now I'm cold, I'm frozen. Baby, we're broken, and the customer service never answers a thing. Yeah, the customer service never answers a thing.